the much-anticipated Ankole livestock auction organized by the Ankole Society of South Africa is set to take place on President Cyril Ramaphosa's farm in Bela Bela. Outside the farm, the EFF has promised to hold a protest march following revelations of a burglary incident at the farm where millions of US dollars were stolen. Samkele Maseko is standing by for us there with the latest. Samkele, morning to you. Thank you for your time on the agenda this morning. What can you tell us about the auction today?
What we do know is that the auction will get away at about 11 o'clock this morning. We will try and get a few people who are going inside this auction of the president just to get some of their voices. We do see them going up to the farm of the president. What we also do know is that when it comes to the issues of crime that allegedly took place at this farm, we do know that the EFF has said they will be coming to protest outside the president's farm. We are going to be hijacking this lady here and stealing her from our colleagues. Ma'am, just your name and why you are here at the president's auction today, and particularly knowing that there may be alleged crime that took place at this farm and the president failing to report the matter.
So with regards to the crime, I'm not going to say anything. I think the law will take its course. My name is Grace anyway. I'm here for education, basically. We as young African, especially females, we are not so privy to be exposed to such, magnitude of events. So the reason why we're here is just for us to get all the learnings and see how we can go forward in terms of building generational legacies for those ones to come behind us. Because if you may have seen, I think you saw most of male-dominated people coming into the farm, but then we thought that we should come here and really see how we can expose ourselves to this.
Are you not worried about the criminal element that the president may have been involved in basically kidnapping, torturing, and allegedly concealing a crime and bribing the individuals who broke into this Phala Phala farm?
Not at all. Not at all. I am not.
But importantly, what do you think? You said you're coming here for educational purposes. In the main, what do you think you're coming to learn?
Okay, so you may have seen that the auction is basically on Ankole cows. I mean, it's not anywhere in South Africa. It's only a limited number of people that has it. And apparently it was also imported. So we're trying to learn how do we therefore breed it within South Africa? How do we expand the market within South Africa? And how we can export it to other countries as well.
Are you an aspirant Ankole farmer as well?
Not really. I'm only learning now. But then I love farming. Yeah.
If you were to have a word with the president inside, what would you say to him, particularly around the controversy around this farm and him allegedly stashing about $4 million in his farm?
So basically for me, I would say let the law take its course. I think he's a very honorable man and he will come forward to be as honest as he can. So for now, I really can't talk on his behalf, but yeah, the law will take its course.
Thank you very much, ma'am. That is Grace, who is coming here to the auction of President Cyril Ramaphosa. As you can see, more vehicles driving past and going to the farm of the president. We are going to try and stop this particular gentleman here and not try cause traffic, but we will try and speak to him if he is willing to. Good morning, sir. Just a quick question. Are you a resident here?
Attending to the auction, so we'll be watching that.
Well, if you were to meet with the president, what would you say to him?
I would be friendly to say hello to him.
Are you by any chance an owner of Ankole cattle?
Yes, we have cattle on the auction, and that's the reason for my visit as well.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Here's one of the Ankole cattle farmers in South Africa. We do know that it's a society of about 16 breeders that are there within South Africa. All 16 of those breeders of the Ankole cattle are going to be at this auction of President Cyril Ramaphosa, which comes at a time where about $4 million, about 60 million rands, was stolen from the president's farm here in Phala Phala, where there was a burglary, and it is alleged that the president worked with Namibian authorities to try and torture and bring back these particular individuals. The president said that he reported this particular matter to the head of his presidential protection unit, who did come to this farm with him to address this particular matter. We also do know that the economic freedom fighters have said that they will be coming to protest at the president's farm here today on these matters. We do know that the Namibian authorities did say that they met with the South African authorities at no man's land to deal with this particular matter pertaining to the farm of the president and the burglary that took place.
Look, so we know that this is a matter that is currently under sub judice, and there's investigations around it currently, and we've seen how most political parties have also come out on many occasions to say the president should perhaps take the nation into his confidence and really come out and tell us what exactly happened. Are we likely to see this happen?
What we do know is what we may likely to see is that the president may address the issue inside with the 16 breeders of the Ankole and those whom have come to buy these Ankole cattle. We do know that his brother-in-law, businessman and tycoon Patrice Motsepe, about 2 to 3 months ago in an auction that took place here in Phala Phala, he did buy one of the Ankoles and was one of the bidders that were here. If I'm not mistaken, he bought an Ankole for about 2.1 million rands from President Ramaphosa at this specific auction. We also do know that there is litigation issues, and the president has stressed, particularly addressing in parliament, that he will not respond to any of the insults that have been hurled against him within the National Assembly when he tabled the presidency budget speech, and that he will let due process follow, saying he's taken a number of counseling and advices from various number of parliamentarians whom were there during the parliamentary sitting. We also do know that the national chairperson of the ANC, Gwede Samson Mantashe, has been very vocal on these issues, saying that Arthur Fraser, who laid a criminal complaint against the president, who did meet with the Hawks this week to deliberate and to furnish them with further evidence of videos, emails, pictures, and also relevant authoritative information when it comes to this specific case is laid against President Ramaphosa. We do know that the suspended Secretary General of the ANC, Bela Bela, has also had his voice about, and quote, Phala Phala mattress, which is one of the utterances he made at his Bloemfontein case of asbestos in relation to President Ramaphosa and the revelations coming out of this farm here, speaking to that matter of those millions of dollars being stolen from the president. So it has caused pretty much a political storm for President Ramaphosa. We've got Julius Malema as well speaking to the EFF out in Zanin over the past week, and rather speaking to the EFF in Toyando at their June 16 event, saying that there are more videos and alleging that there are more videos of dollars being counted in a plane where President Cyril Ramaphosa was in. One would only assume that would be the Inkwazi, which is the presidential jet that President Ramaphosa uses to travel abroad. So the president has said that the proceeds which were stolen, which are far less than what is being reported by Arthur Fraser to the authorities, he says were proceeds of an auction. Today's auction, he says, it will be strictly electronic transfers that will take place.
Okay, so last night we saw reports coming in of reporters being refused entry to the farms or any roads leading up to there. How was traffic this morning? Were you able to go through?
Well, I'm just going to step out of shot and just show you this gravel road which we came from, which is a stretch of about 10 kilometers from the main road coming from Bela Bela, coming to this Phala Phala farm. I'm going to turn around as well. I hope my shot isn't as bad. About 3 kilometers from where we are right now, going this direction, is towards the farm of President Ramaphosa. What has transpired is the signal. I don't want to use the word jammed or signal jamming, but I want to say there is something very fishy and funny happening with the signal outside of the president's farm gate. When we arrived in the morning, the signal was perfect. We weren't allowed inside the farm. It's private property. Well and good. We're on the public road right now. But what we do know that the signal went away inside. We could no longer access signal at the entrance of the president's farm, and we had to move about 3 kilometers from the main entrance of the farm. You may be seeing an overshot of the farm right now where my colleagues are transmitting through a DSNG van which is connected directly to the satellite out in space. We can't transmit or get signal through our cell phones or our DMNG, which we are currently using to transmit with this broadcast. But our DSNG satellite van, which connects straight to the internet, can broadcast from there. So in essence, I am saying there is a possibility that the signal may be jammed when you enter the president's farm, in order for us media practitioners not to be able to report and to disseminate information of who goes in, who goes out, what transpires at the farm. But thankfully, we were able to deploy a DSNG van which connects straightly to the satellite and which can transmit those visuals that you are seeing now of the overhead of the president's farm, where this Ankole auction of all 16 breeders within South Africa will be taking place.